in my goddamn headphones. And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is yours truly, Mercado, Emperor of Corruption. And I'm currently live on the scene. I'm waiting for my friend now, Producer, to comment, and so I can send him the link. Hold on. Look at my headphones. There we go. Okay. Can you hear me? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sibilance. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna see if he actually sees this. Let's go into YouTube and see. That's just me. Is he gonna be here or? I'm gonna wait. Let's see. I'm waiting for him. Is he gonna join or will he see me? Let's hope. I check out my own channel. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Let me copy. Paste. And if it. There we go. Okay. Yep. Oh, there's my thing. Okay. Waiting. I'm gonna go to my Discord and check for updates. Let's see. Can you get the thing? Okay. You there? Oh, there's my Discord. Oh, my dogs are watching downstairs. Oh, there he is, and we are live.
There we go. Yeah, I got a new, check it out, I got a new, this is temporary because I'm using the small iPad, and on the big one, the notification's not showing up, so.
Of course. So, shall I serve you the appetizer of Monster Legends before we get into the main course of Daily Stupid?
Of course.
Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen. And now we got even more leaks from Monster Legends. I mentioned that there were some of the monsters. Let me Spectra. There's capitalized breeding. Sorry. Spectra. The top monsters breeding event is going to be ridiculous. I can get either if my luck serves my hand, I may be able to get a few good ones, but some of them are not so good. I'm either hoping to get Akunobuki or Lamia, so I could Akunobuki for breeding events, and because she's fucking awesome, she's an elite monster, and Lamia for the Forsaken, and the collector's breeding. We got the Wicked Gaia book, and I think that's coming up today, like in a few days. If I can get my hands, I'll be able to grab maybe Rubellus or Lord Platypus or the Judgment or Virtue Post Bright. I think. I'll also be able to see if I could grab Wicca Clivia or Alpha Cliviest.
Alright.
There's the whole thing. We have Motojack and a Wormhole still here from last time. The Spring Chest, the new monster, Flamiera. Flamiera was born from the devastated core of the Cardinal Forest with the sole mission of cleansing the aura of desolation that the corruption explosion left there. She's arrived as the spirit of rebirth who will burn away all the pain and suffering. And then the new monsters. I mentioned these guys last night, but yeah. Oh, still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
As I was saying, this guy, whose apparent name is Clocksuko, he's a literal combination of a Torii gate and an hourglass.
Oh my. I can see the hourglass, but Torgate not so much.
What? You're gonna have to speak up a little louder. I can't hear you.
Oh, I can see the hourglass fine, but the Torgate not so much. That's probably because I don't know what the creature is.
It's the Japanese archway gate. You ever seen those ones?
No, I don't.
That's Clocksuko. And then we have the Onwards Outcast. Hold on, wait for him to load.
You're kind of glitching. You're kind of glitching out.
Wait, the thing's loading. Hold on. Let me move somewhere else. Let me move. Maybe to my parents' room. Hold on. No, the TV playing on in the background. Let's see. This guy. Oh, okay, will you please load faster? Hold on, let me turn. YouTube. Hold on. There we go. Say hello to the Onwards Outcast, Climbert.
Okay.
And then we have Enrica. Hold on. What was her? How was she spelled again? Hold on. Let me take a look. Enrica. She spelled ANWRIKAH.
Okay.
Basically, what happened when Wicca got hit with the corruption.
All right.
Wormhole, Kiraikage again, a whole bunch of monsters, and then we got something better. El Colossal Season 2 Mythics.
All right.
And here's where it gets better. Hold on. So I did a little research, and turns out, guess who's in Cosmic Season 2? None other than my boy Lindworm. AKA one of the most broke. What?
Oh, there he is. I wanted to see what he looked like. Now that.
Yeah, he's one of the most broken monsters out there. And for good reason. High speed stat, 2 forms of denial and CDA, and baby version, cursing gimmicks, self-support, team support, an amazing special. He's the fastest cosmic denier in the game. Type of because the Zodiac, a good trait, great relic slots, and moderate to low stamina cost.
I saw rank OP. Okay, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Rank OP.
So yeah.
That's great.
And then there's a breeding event for one monster that no one likes, and it's the resident butt monkey, Morgs.
Okay.
So, now that that's out of the way, let's say we get back to our daily dose of stupid that makes me want to bang my head on the wall.
All right.
Where did we leave off? Here we are. The Daily Stupid. Acronyms, racist in San Francisco, Mortal Kombat embraces pronouns, and more. Let's get straight to it. Let's see. Number 1. San Francisco bureaucrats declare on acronyms racist.
How?
The director of the department, Sam Bass, told ABC7, "We are prioritizing anti-racist arts instruction in our work." He added, "It's a very simple step we can take to just be referred to as the FUSD Arts Department for families to better understand who we are." He went on to say, "The use of so many acronyms within the educational field oftentimes tends to alienate those who maybe don't speak English to understand those acronyms."
I always thought that acronyms were easier to learn than the actual thing.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. Not only is the claim that acronyms are part of white supremacy absolutely stupid on its face, But this Sam Bass proves just how big of a moron he is by announcing he's getting rid of one acronym only to replace it with another one. SFUSD is the acronym for San Francisco United School District. You complete and utter loon. Also, the website still has the VIPA acronym. Welcome to the Daily Stupid, Sam Bass and the San Francisco Unified School District Arts Department.
Well, I hope this never comes to, and never comes to pass, and the people realize how stupid that move is.
In the latest trailer for the James Wan produced and Simon McCoy directed Mortal Kombat film, the film is embracing pronouns as we are no longer getting the iconic finish him or finisher lines from the game. Instead, we get finish them. Now, it's possible that this could be a line that makes sense as what appears to be Shang Tsung telling someone to kill a number of people. However, the trailer cuts to a number of one-on-one matches that you would typically see in Mortal Kombat. It's more than likely that this is an embrace of ridiculous pronouns as foreshadowed by Jack's actor Mehcad Brooks. Brooks took to Twitter back in January to promote the film when he wrote, "We finished him." He then added her, they, theirs, them. This is moronic. Finish him.
Okay.
Mikhail wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Yeah. Okay, next one. Joe Biden claims vaccine was not available before he came into office.
No, that's a lie.
President Joe Biden recently appeared at a town hall on CNN where he claimed that the COVID-19 vaccine was not available before he became president. Biden told CNN's Anderson Cooper, "It's one thing to have the vaccine, which we didn't have when we came to office, but he's a vaccinator. How do you get the vaccine into someone's arm?" However, Biden exposed himself as an utter moron because he actually received the vaccine from a vaccinator back on January 11th when Donald Trump was still the president of the United States. After receiving the vaccine on January 11th, Biden stated, "My number one priority is getting vaccine into people's arms, just like we did, like we just did today, as rapidly as we can." It was just over a month ago. What an ignoramus.
Oh my.
Aquaman King of Atlantis first look. HBO Max revealed an alleged
the Aquaman sequel. That's the official title?
First look at Aquaman King of Atlantis that shows off an Aquaman with green hair and marrow of a unibrow. Take a look.
Nice subtitle. What?
What is this Cal art shit?
Okay, that's bad design.
Yeah, you're kind of gonna have to speak up because it sounds like you're barely whispering into the mic or whatever you have.
Is my mic broken now? Ugh.
No, it's just that I don't hear you as much. I'm not hearing you.
Well, I'm talking. I don't know what's going on.
Not only is this one of the ugliest things I've seen in my life, but who in their right mind is going to want to see an Aquaman cartoon with this artwork? Morons, that's it. Made for morons, created for morons.
I don't understand what Aquaman King of Atlantis is exactly. Is it a movie or is it like a TV show?
I think it's a TV show, but
I see.
What is this? Okay, next one. The Daily Stupid, Chun-Li, Bill Gates, Funimation, and more. Let's get to it again. Jezebel writer Shannon Millero thinks Chun-Li a Mortal Kombat figure. That is, well, stupidity incarnate. Hold on, wait.
Hold on.
Strong.
The device seems to be like glitching out a lot. I don't know if it's like this small iPad. Let me try signing out and reappearing on the big iPad and see if that reduces the glitch.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay. Okay then, I'll be waiting. And I've still got the streaming thing up. I'll be waiting right here. In fact, I'll be waiting on YouTube. I'll see you when... There we go.
Okay, let's see if that works now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. We are starting off strong today. Jezebel published an article titled "Who Forgot to Invite Chun-Li to the Mortal Kombat?" written by Shannon Malero. If you thought the headline was bad, well, it gets worse in the actual article. Malero actually wrote, but being the astute film critic that I am, I immediately clocked a glaring error in the film. Where in all of the realms is Chun-Li? Astute film critic? Are you kidding me? Most definitely not. You write for Jezebel. But she continued, if there is a battle for the fate of the earth, then don't we need all of the greatest warriors gathered, which would include Chun-Li and her spinning bird kick that can knock a man's head clean off? Sounds like a pretty big plot hole to me that the ultimate street fight is supposed to be won by a ragtag team helped by Sonya Blade. No offense to Sonya stands. This person actually thinks Chun-Li is a Mortal Kombat character. What a complete and utter moron. Chun-Li is from Street Fighter and first appeared in Street Fighter II: The World Warrior back in 1991.
Probably should have done his research first before declaring himself the astute film critic or whatever he called himself.
I'm pretty sure Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are two different franchises. Chun-Li is not Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, she probably should have done a research.
And Malero is a complete and utter dunce. And Jezebel and their editors are doubly so for not even doing their one job. This is the state of the loser entertainment media. They are fake fans who don't know what they are talking about. They are also morons. Number 2, Bill Gates wants you to eat 100% synthetic beef.
You know what?
What were you saying?
You know, when I first heard about that, I once thought of a line in SpongeBob. Plankton says holographic meatloaf, my favorite, at the end of one SpongeBob episode. And I think holographic meatloaf and synthetic beef. I'm like, oh no, this is becoming a reality, actually.
In an interview, MIT Technology Review, Bill Gates, one of the wealthiest men in the world, called on rich countries to move on to 100% synthetic beef. In fact, he fully believes this is possible through government action. Gates explains, eventually, that green premium is modest enough that you can sort of change the behavior of people or use regulation to totally shift the demand. If you are a fan of beef's taste, Gates doesn't care. He states, you can get used to the taste difference. And the claim is they're going to make it taste even better over time.
That is not how it works.
Now, you might be thinking, why is this stupid? Well, see, Bill Gates here is telling you what you should eat. Back in 2015, this guy drank water made from feces. And not just any feces, human feces. He even talked about it on Twitter. Holy.
Oh my. Oh no.
God. He wrote, what? I drank water made from human feces.
Yeah.
Here's an update on the machine that produced that water. Sorry, I don't take food consumption advice from the guy who drinks water made of human feces. And it's laughable that he thinks he can use his billionaire status and wealth to dictate whether or not people want to eat real beef. Dumb. Good lordy. Number 3, Funimation claims anime is for everyone. Funimation took to Twitter where they wrote, never gonna stop thinking about how great it is that anime is for everyone. While it's a great statement, coming from Funimation, it's absolutely moronic. I'll let some of the responses to the tweet show you just how stupid it is. AJ Mastersif writes, yeah, until you, Funimation, censor it and you insert IRL Western politics into the anime. And when some of your voice actors attack and belittle the fans, acting unprofessional. Niche Gamer wrote, sorry, but this content is unavailable in your country.
You alright?
Yeah, just... Ugh. N7_Paul Road says the company that pulled Hybrid X Heart physical release from their calendar 3.5 years ago. Keep implementing dub changes that are not part of the original anime and dropped interspecies reviewers. Senator Smiley actually shared a screenshot from Funimation with the message, sorry, but this content isn't available in your country. Smiley added, this is the most ironic tweet I've seen this year. Maybe ever on Twitter? Please explain to me, as a South African, how anime is available to everyone when I want to give Funimation my money. But you guys would rather have me be as a pirate. I'll just keep my money then. Automation Suite is most definitely stupid given their track record and current policy. Welcome to the Daily Stupid. Oh, and this is one of my favorites. Bitcoin is weaponized toxic masculinity. Get ready to lose brain cells, my friend. Apparently, the digital currency, Bitcoin, is now weaponized toxic masculinity.
What?
At least that's the moronic claim from blue checkmark Eric Holthaus.
Okay.
Holthaus took to Twitter to write, I finally figured it out. Bitcoin is weaponized toxic masculinity.
Oh no, I left off the cream.
My God. That subsequent tweet, he added, same exact vibes as frat boy rape culture. The cruelty is the point.
What?
You know what? If there ever was aliens, I'd rather go back to their home planet. If they're humanoid, I'd rather go with them. Because at this point, this Earth is already too stupid enough for my own good.
Same.
This guy's a complete and utter moron. Bitcoin is a digital currency. Here's how Bitcoin.org defines the currency. Bitcoin uses peer-to-peer technology to operate with no central authorities or banks managing transactions, and the issue of Bitcoins is carried out collectively by the network. Bitcoin is open source. Its design is public. Nobody owns or controls Bitcoin, and everybody can take part. Seriously, this guy is just plain dumb.
Obviously.
Next one. Daily Stupid. Madonna, Wonder Woman, Marina Sirtis, and Coca-Cola. Let's take a look. Number 1. Madonna attacks the patriarchy. This is the part I mentioned about Madonna being stupid. Pop superstar Madonna took to Twitter to attack the patriarchy. The singer wrote, the patriarchy continues to crush my neck with our heavy boots, cut off my life force, and take away my voice. Even those who call themselves artists. You know who you are. Death to the patriarchy. Now and forever. Hashtag risk what you value. Hashtag value what you risk.
What's the context behind this?
She did all this while posting a photo of her wearing a crown and what appears to be a diamond-studded necklace, and are more than likely extremely expensive earrings. You are not oppressed. The patriarch isn't trying to silence you, as evidenced by this tweet, and there aren't any heavy boots in your neck. You are one of the richest people on the planet with the estimated net worth of 850 million. As Lorena Creole puts it, oh, that's cute. You think you're oppressed. Girl, bye. Donna, welcome to the Daily Stupid. Number 2, Wonder Woman attacked having feels for Superman. Twitter user MattChaser2Free decided to go after Immortal Wonder Woman writer Becky Cloonan for the way she wrote Wonder Woman and Superman's relationship in the Immortal Wonder Woman number 2. MattChaser2Free went after Cloonan on Twitter in a thread where Cloonan was discussing how she was staying warm during the recent winter storms. The user wrote, hello, writer. I've read your Immortal Wonder Woman and I'm not happy with your possible in-depth woman's feelings for Superman. We established that relationship, and in order for partners like New 52, winter storms won't be your worry. We'll destroy you and your comics. Wow.
How? Like, how?
This might be a little more than just plain stupidity. A better term might be hateful lunacy. As for the cause of this, including Immortal Wonder Woman number 2, Wonder Woman recounts how she loved Superman after he sacrificed himself to save her by driving Darkseid into a dying sun. As you can see, Diana states, I loved him all the more for it.
And there's no problem with that. I don't see what this person's acting
This
up
isn't out
about.
of the ordinary for Superman. Sorry, hold on. They kind of misspelled Superman and Wonder Woman. The two are great friends, and in the past, they've actually been lovers. In fact, in the New 52, there were a series called Superman/Wonder Woman that explored their relationship.
They're perfect for each other.
Twitter user MattChaser2Free, welcome to the Daily Stupid. Number 3, Marina Sirtis. This one takes the cake for today. Star Trek actor Marina Sirtis went on Twitter where she typed out, don't get me wrong, my heart bleeds for what they are going through right now, but the mean-eyed girl in me says you get the government you deserve, and they have voted Republican across the board for the last 20 years. To make matters worse, Sirtis would later tweet, I reread my tweet to make sure I didn't say the Texans deserve to die.
Well, at least he's got self-restraint.
Welcome to the Daily Stupid, Marina Sirtis. I'm sure it won't be the last time. Coca-Cola promotes racism.
What?
Alleged leaked training documents from Coca-Cola revealed the company's promoting racism to its employees. The documents are part of Robin DiAngelo's course called Hunt Racism with Robin DiAngelo. The documents tell employees to try to be less white.
That's racist.
It then explains that in order to do so, you must be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain, be less offensive, be less ignorant, be more humble, listen, believe, break with apathy, break with white solidarity. Coca-Cola, welcome to the Daily Stupid. Racism is wrong. You promoting is not only stupid, but most definitely wrong. Alright. Next one, the Daily Stupid. Asians are white. Critics complain about Pyra Mifra's design, the Muppets, and Marvel Comics. Number 1, New Hampshire representative dismiss Asians as white.
Asians are not white, and I'm half Asian.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
I just had my mind blown by that. Hold on, how do you know you're half Asian? Did you like a DNA test?
Yeah. My mother told me a while ago. I think I also have like some other DNA mix in there with some blood donor what, but I don't know what I forgot what the 1/4 part was. But anyway, I'm half Asian, half Irish, I believe.
Half German, half Irish.
No, half.
That's my lineage.
No,
that's my lineage.
Asian, half Irish. Well, oh wait, you're saying you're?
Yeah, that's me. My mom's
cool.
German Irish and my dad's Scottish Southerner.
That's cool.
Currently up for debate among New Hampshire lawmakers is House Bill 544, otherwise known as an act relative to the propagation of divisional concepts. Hold on, let me do something first. I need to grab my charger. I'll be right back in a jiffy.
Is your computer almost out? Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Which seeks to ban various elements of critical race and social justice theory from being taught within state contracts, grants, and training programs, such as the idea that the state of New Hampshire or the United States is fundamentally racist or sexist, or that an individual, by virtue of his or her race. Oh, I forgot to.
What happened?
Hold on, I forgot to turn off my Discord.
Discord? What? I didn't hear the notifications.
Or that an individual, by virtue of his or her race or sex, is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously.
A person can choose to be racist. It's you're not inherently racist.
However, during a February 18th hearing regarding the bill, a Democratic member of the New Hampshire House of Representatives, Chris Schultz, completely dismissed the support of the bill had amongst Asian residents, particularly Asian immigrants, by declaring that their viewpoint was irrelevant as they were not people of color. There are a lot of school systems, etc., that you raise with this issue. Did you ask anyone that is a person of color their view on this? Schultz asked one Mr. Davison, who appeared via Zoom to testify against the bill. Among Mr. Davison's replied that he heard complaints against critical race theory from parents of the R.I. Mayor Holwas Elementary School in the Cupertino CA district, whose demographic makeup is 70% Asian. With a large majority of those parents being foreign-born, Schultz disgustingly asserted that he had asked no person of color thank you. Schultz's dismissal of Davison was even more egregious in light of her claim that the criticism she faced for her comments was a result of her standing strong against the white supremacy behind HB 544, as by definition, white supremacy involves the exclusion of other racial groups as inferior. Want to fight white supremacy, Representative Schultz? You can start by resigning, as if not for the unborn protection you benefit due to your adherence to the critical social justice theory, you should have certainly and immediately been properly denounced for such blatant racism. 2. Pyra and Mifra's design sparked tired complaints of sexism. Every day, another video game character accused of being disgusting for simply being attractive. Almost immediately following the February 17th announcement that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Pyra would be the next fighters to join the roster of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, social media was filled with complaints about the characters' sexualized designs. You know what? Now that I've had time to think about it, I don't mind the characters themselves. I do feel bad for all the future Pyra mains, though, because I will always look at you like I look at the average basement-dwelling weeb, wrote Smash streamer at AE Blitz, a fat, sweaty, disgusting loser. Honestly, I'd probably wear the badge of average basement-dwelling dweeb over the high possibility of engaging in sexual misconduct with minors, one worn by an alarming amount of Smash community members. You may wonder, why exactly is sexualizing fictional women bad? Well, that kind of behavior might transfer over how you treat real women, and that's concerning. What Smash player at Lolita goes. There's almost no chance of this happening to men, because men are not seen as sex objects in the Smash community. Not only is this argument extremely tired, but it's easily dismissible by pointing to the fact that both Volk and Sephiroth have a swimsuit and shirtless alternative costume, respectively. Before anyone even tries to argue that Sephiroth is not sexualized, sit down. I lived for the 90s and early 2000s. I know the truth. Even Brianna Wu herself chimed in, claiming that while she loved cleverly over-sexualized characters such as Bayonetta, Pyra and Mithra featured two of the stupidest characters in the history of our industry. What's the differentiator between cleverly over-sexualized and just being regularly over-sexualized? Which is any indication, it's that the former applies to characters a given individual personally enjoys, while the latter can be used to denigrate characters they do not. And here's the thing, I actually don't like Brianna Wu. I actually don't like Brianna Wu. Not because, well, for two big reasons. One, she's a complete and total cuckoo clock, all messed up in the head, and two, she's an animal abuser.
An animal abuser? What did she do?
She left her dog out in the freezing winter to die.
What?
Yeah, not only that, when people called her out on it, she just lashed down and attacked them.
As a dog and basically all animal lover, that just makes me upset.
Yeah, same. The Muppets receive offensive content disclaimer on Disney Plus. If the Muppets aren't safe, is anything? According to the New York Post, Jim Henson's classic The Muppet Show has become the latest series to receive an offensive content warning following its arrival to Disney Plus. At Disney Plus has content disclaimers which note that rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together is nothing new. However, its application to the Muppets is particularly stupid, considering the show's innocent, educational, and family-friendly entertaining content. Even the New York Post failed to find precisely what Disney considers to be offensive on the show, speculating that it may have been a result of how some characters depict Native American, Middle Eastern, and Asian people, or even an appearance by Johnny Cash in which he is seen performing in front of a Confederate flag. Right here. This may be the most controversial statement of today's post, but I understand how some of the Disney content could be considered offensively outdated. The Crows and Dumbo spring to mind, and I much prefer a warning for the more weak-hearted than the cartoons to be outright banned. But the Muppets? At this point, I fear any media is not made by a contemporary critical social justice theory rubric will receive this treatment. A fear made even worse by Disney's lack of transparency regarding what context exactly they take issue, until ultimately everything is deemed offensive to everyone. So context about I assume you know why the crows are offensive.
Yeah, I think I watched Dumbo a couple years ago, but I still haven't found the offensive thing with it. The thing with it. What was the thing that was?
It was the crows. It was the crows.
Yeah, I remember the crows.
In the original.
It took me a while to figure out what was exactly offensive with it.
One of them is named Jim.
Oh, right. I remember now.
I know. I've seen you figure it out. A literal reference to Jim Crow. Number 4. Marvel of Comics employee tries to sell a guide to the comics industry to mental health professionals. What's better than using an 8-page, non-peer-reviewed mental health paper that claims to address the specific issues inherent to the comic book industry in order to establish a roadmap for patient treatment? How about paying $5 for the same 8-page, non-peer-reviewed paper that claims to address the specific issues inherent to the comic book industry? That's the goal of Marvel Comics writer X-Men Marvel Snapshots Volume 1, Number 1, and former J and X-Men Miles explained the X-Men podcast J Edited, recently published a self-described introduction to industry culture and common issues, intended for mental health practitioners whose clients include comics professional, and is currently charging $5 to view the document via his Gumroad account.
Okay.
Was it an awful, harmful idea to base such delicate care as mental health off of a paper such as Editance, but given his status as a queer trans man, it's likely that the information contained therein is both heavily biased toward one particular viewpoint and not as widely applicable as Editance believes. I'll wait to make a final judgment if and when a copy of his guide slides across my desk. But ultimately, I fear that editing and being charitable, assumedly good intentions, will end up causing far more harm than it does healing. Next one. Oh boy. The Daily Stupid. Let's see. New York education officials claim they were fired for not doing the Wakanda salute.
What?
Okay, this one's gonna be a doozy. At least 2 New York officials have claimed that they were fired for their jobs not doing the Wakanda salute seen in Marvel Studios' film Black Panther. The New York Post reports that Rafaela Espinal has claimed in a lawsuit she was fired for not doing the Wakanda Forever salute. The Post's Kathy M. Baniello reported she was abruptly fired from her role as head of Community School District 12 in Bronx after repeatedly refusing to do the Wakanda Forever salute, according to the lawsuit. The New York Post's Susan Edelman would also report that Karen Ames, a 30-year veteran of New York City school system, was also fired after she did not do the Wakanda Forever salute. Edelman writes, Ames was grilled about her ethnic background, chastised by a colleague at a training session when she shared her grandparents' experience during the Holocaust in Poland, and admonished when she declined requests at superintendent meetings to take part in the comic book movie inspired for Wakanda Forever salute to Black Power, she charges in the legal filing. I didn't think New York get any dumber, but this is just horrendously moronic. Fire people for not doing a fictional salute? Are you kidding me? New York school system? Welcome to the Daily Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, photographer tries to cancel Henry Cavill.
What?
Photographer Lauren Naka-Wind attempted to cancel Superman and The Witcher actor Henry Cavill because he has not posted a congratulatory post to welcome newly cast Supergirl Sasha Calle. Wind then took to Twitter where she wrote, Brandon Roof, Cameron Cuff, Melissa Benoist, and Laura Vandervoort. Stars from 4 separate adaptations of Superman. Welcome Sasha Calle into the role of Supergirl. She then added Henry Cavill, notably silent. In a follow-up, she would respond to critics writing, he's busy. He has people hired for the very occasion of speaking on his behalf. He can't say anything. A one word of congrats and a political response. See that Tom Welling, though. Tom is not playing Superman in the DCEU. Keep embarrassing yourself. No one getting embarrassed is you because you're acting like a petulant child who is upset you won't get enough attention. Grow up, stop acting like a toddler, and sure that advice will fall on deaf ears because you're an idiot.
Oh my.
Harry Potter fan site calls for boycott of Harry Potter video game. Harry Potter fan site Wizarding News, who ironically think they can be fans of Harry Potter minus the author J.K. Rowling, are now attempting to boycott the upcoming Hogwarts Legacy video game. They first shared the Kotaku article that attacked Hogwarts Legacy lead designer Troy Leavitt over his YouTube channel. Wizarding News wrote, good grief, it's like they're trying to ensure the total demise of Harry Potter. The follow-up, they called for the boycott of the game. The headline here is too bland for what it contains. The lead dev of Harry Potter #Hogwarts Legacy ran a YouTube channel for nearly 2 years where he railed against feminism and been accused of sexual misconduct. Boycott Hogwarts Legacy, they concluded. How dumb do you have to be to be a Harry Potter fan site to call for a boycott about a Harry Potter game because you disagree with the opinions of the game's lead designer. Pretty stupid. Actually, epically stupid. You have to be epic to do that. Welcome to the Daily Stupid Wizarding News. Number
But did he-
4, Hillary Clinton
wait.
to write mystery novel.
Wait, but did the designer actually defend men like a man like defending? Did she actually defend and people accused of sexual misconduct?
More like, hold on, let me take a look at let me come.
Want to get the full
Let me do this.
full story about that before I make up my mind about that.
Hogwarts Legacy lead designer Troy Leavitt under fire for formerly running anti-social justice YouTube channel. Let's see. Hold on. Where's Levitt's channel was both no secret or to a problem. Warner Brothers as in a video concerning the unfounded accusations of sexual misconduct leveled against Atari co-founder by Brianna Wu and former ArenaNet developer Jennifer Schull, the designer who claimed that he posed his personal history to the company after being hired by Avalanche Software in 2018. So no, not really.
Okay.
Let's get back to this. Hillary Clinton to write mystery novel. Former Secretary of State and New York Senator Hillary Clinton announced he's writing a mystery novel with novelist Louise Penny in a book titled State of Terror. Disney-owned ABC News described the novel as a novice Secretary of State working in the administration of a rival politician tries to solve a wave of terrorist attacks.
Wait, Disney owns ABC News? I didn't know that.
Clinton added that the book will explore the complex world of high-stakes diplomacy and treachery. All is not as it first appears. Simon and Schuster, the book's publisher, revealed the main character is tasked with assembling a team to unravel deadly conspiracy. A scheme carefully designed to take advantage of an arrogant government dangerously out of touch and out of power in the places where it counts the most. The fact that Clinton is writing a mystery novel just opened up all kinds of parody titles for the book based on Clinton's own past and track record. It's also ironically stupid, and Clinton's track record is absolutely abysmal, and she failed to unravel an actual terrorist plot against the United States. Welcome to the Daily Stupid, Hillary Clinton. Oh boy, the next one. Hot Wax, Boba Fett, Crazy Woman Breaks, Customers, and Resare. The first one was actually one I managed to recommend to Bounding into Comics. Number 1, Hot Wax Treatments. TikTok users are upping the ante on stupid. Many of them participating in hot wax treatments where they cover their entire faces with wax that sometimes even gets in their ears and nostrils. After a period of time, they eventually remove the treatment. British Association of Dermatologists does not recommend the treatment. They told the BBC, attempting to wax inside your nose or ears is not recommended. John and Ginger salon worker Alex Echeverry fears there is risk of suffocation. He explained, our first consideration would be that it causes suffocation. He added, there's no control element to covering the face with wax, and wax hardens, so it could harden in the airways and have to be surgically removed.
Oh my.
Adam Grooming Atelier also detailed the dangers of the treatment. To wax such a large area of delicate skin is very irresponsible. Dr. Anjali Mato also warned, social media platforms have the ability of quickly spreading health and beauty trends. Waxing is a traumatic process for the skin, especially sensitive areas such as those found around the eyes. These areas could become inflamed and irritated. In some cases, tiny pimples or pus-filled bumps can develop as a result. This is known as folliculitis, the doctor added.
All right.
Honestly, you don't need warnings of these experts if you have an ounce of common sense in you. Dumping hot wax on your face is stupid. Don't be like idiot TikTokers. Don't get a hot wax treatment for your face.
Oh, I've heard of all those
That fan site claims Lucasfilm's published books are not canon.
Oh, I've heard of all those TikTok challenges that went horribly wrong.
Oh shit, hold on. Yeah, there we go.
Very
A
interesting
Twitter
stuff.
verified Boba Fett fan site called the Boba Fett Fan Club made complete fools of themselves when they claimed that the Star Wars character media published in 2011 that says Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc pit was not canon to Star Wars. That's right. They have claimed an officially published book that is described as the definite illustrated guide to Luke Skywalker, Jabba the Hutt, and all of your favorite characters of the Star Wars galaxy is not canon. Twitter user Indiana Frio Free 81975 wrote, on the official Star Wars canon encyclopedia from 2011, it only focuses on characters from the movies. So Boba Fett's EU escape from the Sarlacc is described in it. The EU wasn't canon, huh? The tweet includes a photo of the page titled Sarlacc. On it reads, Boba Fett is swallowed but manages to blast his way out of the Sarlacc. Later manages to blast his way out of the Sarlacc's stomach. Boba Fett fan club would then respond, no, not canon at that time.
So it wasn't canon then, but it's canon now? I don't think you can do that.
In order to justify their idiocy, they aired a Dave Filoni trying to justify the decanonization of the extended universe on the Star Wars show. Filoni states, having worked with George, I can tell you that it was always clear, and he made it very clear that the films and shows were the only things he could consider canon, that was it. However, the 2006 visual dictionary would also show that Boba Fett survived the incident in the Sarlacc pit. Twitter user TheSend629-43446 wrote, the 2006 visual dictionary even shows Boba Fett inside the Sarlacc and describing that section as the site of Boba Fett's eventual escape. The page actually reads, the only known survivor of the Sarlacc's actual digestive system was Boba Fett, whose armored suit offered some protection from the creature as he used his weapons to blast his way out. It took years for Fett to recover from his wounds and regain his reputation. You gotta be pretty stupid to claim you are diehard Boba Fett fans and don't even know the simple fact that Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc pit.
Yep.
Next one. Number 3, woman berates Good Samaritans. It's unclear if this video is staged or not, but it shows an angry woman berating a couple of Good Samaritans where she calls them creepy and threatens to call the police, when all they were trying to do was let her know that she had a gas hose stuck in her filler neck.
What? Okay, that's just mean.
The woman yells at the Good Samaritans, leave me alone, why do you keep following me? It's honestly so creepy and I'm gonna call the cops. Because you guys aren't leaving me alone, and that's why women can't go out in the world by themselves because of guys like you. She later states, so stop following me. Good Samaritan and informed her, you have a thing hanging out of your car. There's literally a gas hose hanging out of your car. The woman then goes and pulls a gas hose from the filler neck of her car and thanks the men for informing her of the hose.
Yeah, after insulting them.
Yeah. This is monumentally stupid on multiple levels. First, she obviously left the gas station with the hose still stuck in the car, in her car. How in the world did she not notice that? Next, she obviously got out of the car and walked right past the hose. Did she miss it? Next, she berates the people who were trying to help her. But to top it off, when she realized what's happening, she sticks the gas hose in her car. Can you imagine the smell that's going to leave? A complete and utter moron.
Oh my.
Good lordy. Number 4, Reset Era comes for Harry Potter. Reset Era Heck has posted to the forum they are banning all threads about the upcoming Hogwarts Legacy game. The post reads, so this is an uniquely awful situation where both the creator of the IP and a senior producer on the game have unrepentant, bigoted reviews. It continues. The team has talked it over at length, and as a result, we decided to implement a total ban on threads for promotional material for the game. There will be no threads for trailers or official announcements, no hype threads, no fluff pieces about its features. This functionally bans almost all threads leading up to the release, unless there are relevance about the controversy or something along those lines. This is the first time we've done something like this, and we consider this a very exceptional case. It's not just one bigoted game designer's I know that made the difference here. J.K. Rowling's singular reach and influence, how closely that influences the Harry Potter IP, and what she chooses to do with that power is a unique problem on top of the slate. Controversy Heck writes. And adds, we are going to revisit whether to have an OT much closer to the game's release. Learning from what happened with Cyberpunk, if there is an OT, it will have a text-only OP created by the staff that lays out the controversy with the game and IP. The main reason to have an OT at all is the same one we've articulated before. Some minority members want a space to discuss the game's contents where they will not be shut down by bigots. Hacked includes, for now though, we're definitely not going to be platforming the marketing. If you see any threads for that stuff, please report them. If you're sure if you want to post, please contact them. Have first to check before creating it.
That's gonna harm the game if there's like hardly any marketing.
Not just harm the game, but harm the den of pedophiles that is a Reset Era.
Yeah.
I'm serious about that part. Reset
Really?
Era actually condones and justifies pedophilia.
Ugh. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They are a literal embodiment of the term hive of scum and villainy.
Mm-hmm.
Reset Era claims to be a website of a gaming forum, but they are banning the discussion of one of the more anticipated video games. What complete and utter morons. Welcome to the Daily Stupid, Reset Era. It better won't be the last time. Okay, next one. Hold on. Let's see. Next one. Let's get to it. Number 1, Twitter. Twitter revealed a new upcoming feature called Superfollow that allows users to charge their followers to see their tweets.
Huh?
The Verge reports the payment feature called Superfollows will allow Twitter users to charge followers and give them access to extra content. They add, that could be bonus tweets, access to a community group, subscription to a newsletter, or a badge indicating your support. Finally, they concluded, in a mock-up screenshot, Twitter showed a sample where user charges $4.99 per month to receive a series of perks. Twitter sees it as a way to let creators and publishers get paid directly by their fans. I'm not sure whether this is brilliant or stupid. On the one hand, it could rapidly reduce the influence of lunatics on Twitter, as certain tweets might be behind a paywall, and people won't pay to see it. That's brilliant. On the other hand, who in their right mind wants to pay to see someone else's tweets?
Yeah.
This is the Daily Stupid, and this is most definitely stupid. The crazy influence on Twitter won't be going away anytime soon. Number 2, Zendaya. Oh boy. Spider-Man actor Zendaya outed herself as an idiot when she took part in Vanity Fair's The Proust Questionnaire series, which sees participants answer 35 personal questions. One of the questions, she's asked, what is the quality you most like in a man? Not happy with the use of the word man. Zendaya rephrased the question asking, I most like in a person. How about that? As for her answer, she stated, it's such a big question. What is the quality I most like in someone? I would say kindness is kind of like not the best way to describe it. But some people are just good people, and you can just feel that. She added, I don't know how to explain that. But there's like this little spark they have, or this little special thing that they have, that just makes you feel safe and happy around them.
Yeah.
The Dune actress concluded, I don't know what that is, but some people have it, and it's special. She would then be asked, what is the quality you most in a woman? This time she didn't correct the phrasing of the question. I'd answered, well, I guess that's the same answer. You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling that you're a giant idiot, Zendaya. That's the feeling I'm getting that you are giving off. Welcome to the Daily Stupid. Number 3, no more complimenting women. Twitter user and self-described PhD student Bay Asian boy took to the social media platform to demand people stop complimenting women.
Oh my.
They wrote, stop calling your female colleagues smart or clever or brilliant. It's sexist and infantilizing. You would never ever stress how truly bright Brandon is when recommending a spirit of trust. The user added, it shouldn't be surprising to you that in 2021 women are capable of thought. The Twitter thread continued in a subsequent tweet. I'm in the mood for proselytizing. Next, the Twitter user added, I don't think that you're a bad person for calling Nancy Cartwright clever, but I really wish you wouldn't. In a subsequent tweet, the user wrote, also, you're doing the same thing when you describe your Black and Latino students as very bright. The person then claimed, intelligence is a white man's mythology, a phantasmal concept, a non-referring term. Think categorematic.
Huh? Okay, I don't know that word.
Neither do I, but let me just say this. Intelligence isn't a white man's mythology. It's something that people share.
Yeah.
If you happen to disagree, the self-described PhD student tells you to read a chapter that they co-authored. Don't believe me that the intelligence is fake? Here are excerpts from it after I co-authored. This is my contribution, that user tweeted. Tweet thread proves intelligence is real, and Asian boy doesn't have a lick of it. What a complete and utter moron. This is literally the dumbest thing I've read all day. No one is ever going to call you right, clever, or brilliant. Holy cow, society is in a really sad state when PhD students are spouting under nonsense like this. Number 4, violent video games. Illinois Democrat Marcus C. Evans Jr. introduced HB 3531, a bill that aims to ban the sale of violent video games.
What?
The bill's synopsis on the state of Illinois website begins, amends the violent video games law in the Criminal Code of 2012, changes provision that restricts the sale or rental of violent video games to minors to prohibit the sale of all violent video games.
That's not fair.
It continues, modifies the definition of violent video game to mean a game that allows a user or player to control a character within the video game but is encouraged to perpetuate human-on-human violence, in which the player kills or otherwise causes serious physical or psychological harm to another human or an animal. It modifies the definition of serious physical harm to include psychological harm and child abuse, sexual abuse, animal abuse, domestic violence, violence against women, motor vehicle theft with a driver or passenger present inside the vehicle when the theft begins. Synopsis quote. Finally, it concludes, makes conforming changes, including repealing a section concerning the labeling of violent video games by video game retailers. That wasn't just stupid, it is absolute lunacy. This will pretty much ban every single video game out there. Mario will be banned because you knock off Koopa Troopas. Holy hell, this guy like the 21st century Jack Thompson.
Who's Jack Thompson?
He's an infamous video lawyer who got disbarred because of his stupid claim that video games promote violence.
I see.
Making his infamous claim to fame after the 1999 Columbine High School shooting, where he blamed the multitude of violent video games played by the two shooters for one of the reasons they shot at the school.
Wow.
Okay, next one. The Daily Stupid. Let's see what the next one is. Number 1, Demi Lovato. Upstar and Will and Grace actor Demi Lovato declared gender reveal parties transphobic on her Instagram account. Lovato revealed an Instagram post from a look-eyed Manon of an image that reads, "Why gender reveals are transphobic." Before sharing Alex's post, Lovato wrote, "Thank you for sharing your knowledge and educating us always." The original post from Alec reads, "This is not about being politically correct, it's about being correct. The refusal to acknowledge this stems from a misunderstanding of what transphobia is." It adds, "Transphobia is not just prejudice or violence against an individual trans person. It is a belief system that presumes non-trans people to be more natural than trans people. Only individual people can self-determine their gender." Along with the original image reading, "Why gender reveal parties are transphobic," Lovato's post includes 8 more slides decrying gender reveal parties. One slide reads, "Gender reveals upon the gender binary, and the binary prevents people from observing reality. Instead, it offers culturally and historically determined norms. For example, pink is used to be considered a masculine color as personhood." Another slide reads, "Although we might grown accustomed to other people gendering us, that doesn't make it right. Only certain individuals can determine their own gender." Demi Lovato just out herself as a complete and utter nut job. And before this is utter lunacy. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get myself some water, and I'll be right back.
Okay. what to do now. So, mm, 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 mm.
Okay, back to business.
Hmm?
Okay, back to business. University of Kentucky professor. A University of Kentucky professor is launching a set of racial healing circles specifically for members of the Black community. Candace Hargens, an assistant professor in the University of Kentucky College of Education's Department of Educational School and Counseling Psychology, as well as the executive director of the Center for Healing Racial Trauma, will be leading the 6-week online courses.
Okay.
The University of Kentucky's UK Now reports the session will allow Black community members to discuss racial identity development, racial and cognitive, emotional, and somatic responses to racism. The 6-week online sessions will feature 3 groups. These groups are titled Surrendering Women's Syndrome, Group for Black Women, Healing While Black, Group for Black Men, and Family Matters, Empowering, and Group for Black Families.
Not bad.
Hargan told the paper, I founded the Center for Racial Trauma because I saw a great need for healing that specifically focused on racially and ethnically marginalized people. For my training as a licensed psychologist, my scholarship is science of healing racial trauma, and my life as a Black woman. I have gained the understanding that we can't heal racial trauma without an accompanying strategy to prevent racist stress from occurring. That is why a partnership is so timely and necessary. Sessions are being sponsored by Toyota Manufacturing Kentucky and CVS Health.
What's so bad about this exactly?
The point is become dumber. That doesn't mean she's not an idiot. Next one, high school band practice. At Wenatchee High School, band students are attending practice by physically stuffing themselves into tiny green tents.
I saw that video.
That's it. It's straight up stupid. The guy with the suits of foam barely fits. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's way too tiny.
It. Oh my.
Remember Wenatchee High School? Welcome to the Daily Stupid. Tom Holland. Spider-Man actor Tom Holland revealed how he lost weight for his upcoming movie Cherry. Speaking with GQ, Holland said, I had to lose a lot of weight for Cherry. He continued, and I don't think I would ever do that again. There might be a reason for it. The actor revealed that I lost around 27 pounds by running in a bin bag every day. He elaborated, it was awful. Truly, it was only about 10 weeks out of shooting that I realized what I was getting into and what I needed to do to transfer my role here. So I sat down with my trainer, Jordan Ashwell, and told me, right, you need hours a day and run 10 miles. Go. Great. It was great. It was brutal. Then bulking up, going from a drug addict to shooting scenes as a Marine, I got very sick, actually, he added. Holland concluded, and it's changed my relationship with food completely. I think I would find it very difficult to find a role that would warrant that sort of abuse of my body again.
Nice photo.
Now, you might be asking what's so stupid about that running around in a bin bag. If you are unfamiliar with the term bin bag, it's what British people call trash bags.
Oh.
This guy ran around in a trash bag to lose weight. That's stupid.
Very stupid.
AZ Central's Rob Harris explained that it's so materially stupid. Wearing a plastic bag while you exercise makes you sweat more. And it may seem like the more you sweat, the more calories you're burning. However, that theory isn't true. Sweating removes water from the body, which can cause you to lay immediately after a workout, but it doesn't burn more calories. Instead, it can lead to dangerous health problems by not allowing your body to cool itself appropriately. Harris concludes. Oh boy, here's the next one. Daily Stupid. Dr. Seuss, Mr. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, a poet and an English anime translator brags about her use of Insta. Oh boy. Number 1, Virginia Public School District accuses Dr. Seuss's works of having strong racial undertones. The Lowdown Country Public High School District in Virginia has encouraged its students to disassociate Read Across America Day with the birthday of iconic children's author Dr. Seuss, based on accusations that his work contains strong racial undertones. Though many outlets and social media speak of the story that Dr. works have been outright banned within the school district, Lowdown School spokesman Wade B. Byard explained this was not the case. In a statement provided by the Washington Post, Byard explained that while the district had not banned Dr. Seuss's books, in light of research in recent years that strong racial undertones within many books written slash illustrated by Dr. Seuss, as well as the LC focus on equity and culturally responsive instruction, they had provided guidance to schools in the past couple of years to not connect Read Across America Day with Dr. Seuss's birthday exclusively. While there are some instances of Dr. Seuss's works featuring less than politically incorrect imagery, such as the stereotypically dressed Chinese man in And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street, or the depiction of 2 Native African men in If I Ran the Zoo, these instances are more indicative of a time period where you've written books rather than some sort of bigoted ideology. In fact, one of his most famous stories, The Sneetches, not only deals with the theme of racial discrimination, but was inspired by Seuss's own opposition to anti-Semitism. Sorry, I'm going to have to tell him about the typo. The irony that LCPS subscriptions to critical social justice and race theory will, in turn, encourage students to avoid some of the most appropriate and child-friendly exploration of such socially heavy topics is palpable. Oh boy, the second one's already a disaster fire. Pun not intended. Number 2, Mitch Kobayashi's Dragon Maid critics celebrate Kyoto Animation fire and death of first season director.
What? That's terrible.
Yeah. Not content to simply accuse its production team and fans of pedophilia over the series' busty character design, critics of Mitch Kobayashi's Dragon Maid have taken to expressing their disdain for the widely popular anime by celebrating both the fatal arson attack that befell Kyoto Animation Studio and the resulting death of first season director Yasuhiro Takamoto. In the comment section of a recent TikTok post in which user Nagelto's wife expressed disappointment after finding out that Kobayashi's Dragon Maid mangaka Cool Kiyo Sinija is a fan of Logicon artwork. Various users confused the series creator with Takamoto and asserted that his particular taste in artwork warranted his death in the Kyoto Annie fire. He's dead, so we can like Dragon Maid without supporting him, wrote one user. Found user Mr. Gavholic asking, why is it so funny? Now it goes to his wife and my M3 LODYC, my bloody decor, replied arson alongside several joyful emojis.
That's cruel.
Good. There's a lolicon, said another critic, Angelic Milky. And Nagato's wife claimed that Takamoto's death was kind of funny. A user by the handle of Yeet Dam declared that it was honestly deserved.
That's cruel. Like, why celebrate someone's death? Like, really?
Honestly, this goes far beyond stupid and touches on the realm of the absolutely disgusting, as not only simply very young, given the platform rhetoric, people reveling in this hypothetical death, based solely on logic or fictional characters, but they're doing so while undeservedly claiming a baffling moral high ground. Enjoy the social media clout, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid critics. I hope it's worth your humanity. I may be part demon, but even I find that fucking abhorring. Like,
yeah.
Abhorring. Sometimes there are
that was just
I could celebrate, say, like,
terrible.
pedophile or oh shit, hold on, wait, 6 of them? Oh. Yeah, let's see.
Tony in the Comics has a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Well, fancy that. Let me go check them out.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
How come?
Let's just say there's something things you wouldn't agree on.
Okay.
White Dutchman and a black poet walk into a bar. After his recent announcement as the Dutch translator for the works of American poet Amanda Gorman, the nation's first youth poet laureate and speaker at the recent inauguration of President Joe Biden, Marieke Lucas Rijneveld abruptly announced his resignation following a wave of backlash from outraged critics who took issue with a white individualist translating the writings of a black activist. I'm shocked by the uproar around my involvement in the dissemination of Amanda Gorman's message. Rijneveld on a Twitter. I understand people feel hurt by the choice. One argument that gained widespread attention, put forth by Dutch cultural activist Janice Doel, claiming that the black poet's work should be handled by a writer who is just like Gorman, spoken word artist, young female, and apologetically black. Aside from the fact that the notion that one cannot translate words of another simply because they do not share the same skin color is family absurd, but yet that Gorman's work should be translated by a black person is incredibly racist, as it essentially asserts the experiences of Black American and Black Neverlander are the same solely because of their skin color. I generally had the experience of a Ghanaian immigrant in Belgium where the individual of Ethiopian descent living in the Netherlands being in tune with the lived experiences of a Black American. And I even further doubt that the number of Black Americans who could be considered acceptable translators and fluently speak Dutch is as big of a pool as they presume it to be. Furthermore, by so drastically limiting the demographic of people who can appropriately touch the work of another, one greatly reduces the chance that given work will. Shit. Work never one greatly reduces the chance that even translated in the first place, thus denying an entire audience a chance to experience and interact with the artist's works themselves. Someone like Gorman, who considers himself an activist, so actively cutting oneself off from a large audience seems like a really counterproductive move. Never for her. English translator brags about using the term incel. Oh boy. Another day, another Japanese English translator attempting to shoehorn unnecessary references to contemporary American social issues. Ow, I cut my tongue on my own dead lips again. On February 27th, translator Sarah Moon, whose previous works include the anime series Lovely Complex, announced to her Twitter followers that she just made it blank as incels for the English release of an unidentified video game. I couldn't be prouder, she boasted. English, the kanji translates to the generic way and is wholly unrelated to anything having to do with sexual history. Following her announcement, Moon was soon met with backlash from anime fans, as many saw no other reason for the use of such a socio-politicized Western buzzword other than to be intentionally inflammatory at best, or attempt to inject critical social justice rhetoric at worst. In fairness to Moon, the exact context of the term's use is wholly unknown, and it's possible, though extremely unlikely, that the use of the term incels hadn't have made sense within the context of a given product. However, it seems as if fans will never know, as Moon quickly backpedaled translation, claiming that I have changed my translation choice a while after I tweeted that night. Not because it was wrong, but because I felt the character was going to use incels and it wasn't right for the tone of the scene. It's common for translators to mold and change their minds after the first pass, said Moon. I would explain my reasoning in further detail. But this is for a game under NDA, so I'm literally not allowed to. Personally, I fail to see how Moon's use of the term could have been anything more other than an act of dedication towards anime fans, specifically those who have long asked nothing more than translations of Japanese media that remained as faithful as impossible to the original intent of the author's work. After all, what possible benefit could announcing the use of a heavily politicized Western term that you ultimately didn't use pose to someone in an industry attempting to gain back trust amid a period of heavy fan skepticism other than a moment in the spotlight on social media and a chance to play the victim? Whew. Want to do a couple more?
Sure, why not? I mean...
Oh boy, another one. Number 1. Joe Biden and Dr. Seuss. President Joe Biden did not make Dr. Seuss in his proclamation on Read Across America Day differing from both Donald Trump and President Obama. As for why he didn't mention Dr. Seuss, it's clear it has to do with activists targeting the popular children's author. These was Katie Ishizuka and Ramon Stefan Evans, under the guise of an academic study, are attempting to cancel Dr. Seuss, claiming not only every character of color is male, color are only presented in subservient, exotified, or dehumanized forms. And their strategy appears to be working as Dr. Seuss emphasizes among 6 Dr. Seuss books that include And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street, If I Ran a Zoo, McElligot's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Egg Super, and The Cat's Quizzer. They announced their reason for answering books. These books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. In the U.S. today, ceasing sales of these books are only part of our commitment and broader plan. Sure, Dr. Seuss Enterprises catalog represents and support all communities and families. While I didn't mention Dr. Seuss, Joe Biden did have some words for the American people in his proclamation. He stated, literacy is essential in finding a good-paying job, advancing your career, and carving out your place in the middle class. It's a far cry from Dr. Seuss's inspirational words. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. This is a double stupid. We got Dr. Seuss Enterprise things Dr. Seuss books, and then we got Joe Biden removing any mention of Dr. Seuss books and telling you to reach for the middle class on behalf of it. What a bunch of morons. Oh boy, the next one. Racist TikToker. Racist TikToker at Alistine Whitley posted a video where she sings one of the most idiotic and stupid songs I've ever heard in my life. She sings, if you're white, yes, you're a racist. Even if you think you're woke, we all benefit from oppression. Pretending you're not racist only makes racism grow. I don't think there was a word that properly communicates how idiotic and stupid this woman is.
There really wouldn't be.
Twitter user attacks Zack Snyder. Crazy Twitter user at SleepySap recently went after Justice League director Zack Snyder. They wrote, increasingly confident that if Zack Snyder lived in 1920s Germany, he would be a fascist propaganda film for the Nazis. Actually, I'm not sure he isn't doing that now. What a complete and utter loon. He's literally making zombie movies and a comic book movie. And 2, 1920s Germany? That's not the Nazis. Those were like 1930s and 40s.
Got the timeline wrong.
And if I remember correctly, wasn't that the time of the Weimar Republic? Hold on, Weimar Republic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I studied extensively in
from 1919 to 1933.
I knew it.
Jesus.
You got the timeline wrong.
Number 4, John Brennan. Ex-CIA chief John Brennan exposed why he more than likely should have never been the head of the CIA in the first place, mainly because he's a complete and utter idiot. But on MSNBC, he stated, I'm increasingly embarrassed to be a white male these days in light of what I see of my other white male saying. He then went on to state, very few exceptions like Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, there are so many few Republicans in Congress who truth, honesty, and integrity, and they'll continue to gaslight the country in the way that Donald Trump did. And the fact that this has such security and safety implications for the American public and for the members of Congress. He concluded, again, as Clara said, it is just a disgusting display of craven politics that really should have no place in the United States in 2021. The comments came while he was reacting to the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, that occurred over the weekend in Orlando, Florida. You're an idiot. A complete and utter idiot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. But the Daily Stupid. More. Even more. Superman, Amazon, Racist Newborns, and Dr. Seuss.
Racist Newborns?
Oh boy, you're gonna love this one. Number 1, Superman. Artist and Twitter user Batman KM has been publishing a series of posts encouraging people to get masked up and get vaccinated. Now for a pair of posters featuring Superman and saw crypto to send the complete opposite message of what he's trying to do with the posters. He shared the post to Twitter writing, post number 20 and 21 of my Heroes Vaccination campaign. Superman and his lawyer Pup Crypto. Please get vaccinated when it is available and keep up with mask/social distancing votes. Let's do this. Please share /repost. Let me plug my computer back in and let's just see how bad this is. That if you look at the Crypto poster carefully, he's referred to as a girl. Crypto is a male dog. That's obviously a forgivable mistake and wouldn't warrant position on the Daily Stupid. However, what does warrant a spot is that both Crypto and Men are receiving kryptonite vaccines. The gun used for the vaccine says kryptonite drill syringe. As you know anything about... Man, you know that his weakness is that, and that of other Kryptonians, is kryptonite. In fact, in Superman number 22, Superman actually kills Quetzal, Zaora, and Zod with a small piece of kryptonite, albeit these kryptonites are from an alternate Earth. As for what happened if it was injected with kryptonite, well, that played out in Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. After being defeated by Darkseid, Superman is injected with kryptonite that makes him utterly weak. In fact, even Constantine is able to punch him. Something that would not be possible if he had not been injected by the kryptonite. A kryptonite vaccine would actually cause severe repercussions for him. He would not get it, and he most definitely wouldn't allow Krypto to get it either. It's completely idiotic. Oh boy, you're gonna love this one. Amazon. Amazon updated its app icon after comparisons were made that it resembled Adolf Hitler.
Oh my. What?
Yup.
Is that supposed to be Adolf Hitler? I mean, I kind of.
No, hold on. That's not it. That's from the anime. Back on January 26th, Not the Bee reported the new app icon and claimed, I mean, it's a smiling mouth with a Hitler sash above it. Look at it. A couple of days later, on the New York Post writer Yaron Steinbuck reports Amazon has changed its new smartphone app logo after critics said the earliest incarnation was a dead ringer for Adolf Hitler.
That's
The logo now features a blue piece of tape with its corner flipped up. Hold on, Mom wants me to put the dogs out. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah.
I'm back. Not everything is Hitler. Sometimes it's just a piece of packing tape. This isn't even stupid. This is insanity. Newborns are racist. As first reported by Center on Wealth and Poverty at Discovery Institute Director Christopher Rubio and subsequently covered by the Daily Wire. The Arizona Department of Education claims that newborns can be racist as early as 3 months old.
How? They can't even talk.
Rufo reports the Arizona Department of Education has created an equity toolkit claiming that babies show their first signs of racism at 3 months old and that white children remain strongly biased in favor of whiteness by age 5.
Hmm?
Shared a screenshot from the toolkit. Reads, at birth, babies look equally at faces of all races. 3 months, babies look more at faces that matches the race of their caregivers. It also says silence about race reinforces racism by letting children on their own conclusions based on what they see. Also reports the Arizona Department of Education recommends a reading that claims babies are not colorblind and that their parents must instill anti-racist and actions beginning at birth in order for their children to not absorb bias from the world around them.
But they can't understand that when they're babies.
Young minds are easily influenceable, my friend. He also reports another recommended reading says, all white people are white in the context of a society that continues to disadvantage people of color based on race. The document teaches schools how to change what it means to be white and inculcate an anti-racist white identity. Cue the Billy Madison clip. What you have just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I feel like I dropped down to 3 IQ points, my friend.
No, I dropped down more.
Number 4, Dr. Seuss, the Washington Post White House reporter and senior political analyst for MSNBC and NBC News. Ashley Parker thinks Dr. Seuss books are unnecessarily long, generally annoying, and just not that good.
It's not true. I read Dr. Seuss books.
He wrote on Twitter, in my honest opinion, Dr. Seuss books are unnecessarily long, generally annoying, and just not that good. The only silver lining is that the plots are so convoluted, You can literally skip pages without anyone noticing. Response to this tweet, Loyola University Maryland Associate Professor Dr. Amy Bree Becker wrote, "Green eggs and ham is so fucking long. Just try the damn green eggs and ham already. Couldn't have liked it 15 pages earlier.
We
There's
got some
only
Karens.
32 pages in green eggs and ham. How do these positions if they are this stupid and lazy?" Hold on. I think the next one. Oh boy, this one I think you may like. Daily Stupid. Number 1, Raya and the Last Dragon.
It's Raya, not Raya.
Raya, sorry. Disney's Raya and the Last Dragon is coming under fire by arrogant and greedy journalists over the views that Disney's marketing team is using to promote the film. Variety writer Courtney Howard took Twitter where she wrote, "All white men pull-quoted in this Raya and the Last Dragon ad. When Saw impulsively revealed this film too, you know." Or then writing a subsequent tweet, Justin Chang and Inku Kang's view poll quotes have also been used on social media, which is absolutely great. It's just confounding that there isn't a better grouping of diverse voices included in the above ad. Forbes writer Scott Mendelson would weigh in as well. He wrote, "This is such an easy one not to screw up." He followed up that writing, agreed, but even if it's just appearances, making sure the poll quotes aren't all just white dudes, and there were only 3 in the spot, should have been a layup. These loony bins only care about identity. Now reviews used in promotion must be used based on what you look like. It's not what you wrote, but who wrote, and even then it only matters if you aren't white. Complete and utter idiots. The state of journos. Oh boy, you're gonna love the irony of this entire situation. Orangutan named Karen.
What?
Are you still hoping to get your COVID vaccine? Well, you better get in line behind the gorillas and orangutans at the San Diego Zoo. Business Insider reports several great apes at the San Diego Zoo were given experimental COVID-19 vaccines for animals Wednesday morning, becoming the first Earth's known non-human primates to receive a vaccine in the U.S. Wildlife Health Officer Nadine Lamberti explained that their 49-year-old silverback gorilla named Winston got COVID-19, and she and the zoo then went about acquiring the vaccine for their apes. However, before they even received the vaccine, Business Insider reports the gorillas had made a full recovery by mid-February. Nevertheless, the zoo has received the vaccine, and 9 apes have received it, including an orangutan named Karen, who previously had open heart surgery in 1994. Holy hell. The utmost irony of a vaccine being of an orangutan named Karen, of all things, receiving a vaccine. Oh boy. And they won't be the last, Lambertsky says. That big sigh of relief isn't going to come until our community is vaccinated. Until the vaccine gets to, remote communities all over the world, to areas where gorillas live in the wild. We are prioritizing gorillas over our own sins. Let that sink in. It's just sheer idiocy. Michael Moore. Filmmaker and political activist Michael Moore railed against Texas after governor lifted all restrictions previously placed on the state in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Moore took to Twitter where he wrote, "Texas, we hear you. You didn't want to be part of our electrical grid. Now you move your mask mandate and allowing large crowds of people to gather. We hear you. We added COVID-19 is a hoax, so you don't need a precious vaccine. We'll send to people who are saving lives by wearing a mask." This absolute crime will prevent people, his fellow Americans, from getting a vaccine because they lifted restrictions. I don't think it's just dumb, it's borderline evil. And the next one, Joe Biden. This is like what, the 3rd time he's appeared? The White House cut the feed on President Joe Biden after he intimated he was ready to take questions. A clip shared to the First in TV Twitter account sees Joe Biden say, thank you, and I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do. The feed then cuts away from Biden and the White House logo shown. Find another screen pops up and reads, "Thank you for joining." Plain utter stupidity. No way to describe it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. The next one, the Daily Stupid, Anya Taylor-Joy. New Mutants actress Anya Taylor-Joy recently won a Golden Globe for Best Actress in the limited series for a role in Queen's Gambit. In her coverage of Taylor-Joy's win, Variety wrote, Argentinian Taylor-Joy is the first woman of color to win this category since Queen Latifah in 2008, and only the 5th woman of color in overall since 1982 when the category was introduced. While born in Miami, at a young age, Taylor-Joy moved to Argentina. She lived there until she was the age of 6 when her parents moved to London. By the time 14, she was splitting her time between London and New York. The BBC reports she holds citizen in the US, UK, and Argentina. Stupidity of this has nothing to do with Anya Taylor-Joy, but rather variety. They would eventually delete the entire sentence from their coverage and posted an update. The story has been updated. A previous version identified Anya Taylor-Joy as a person of color. She has said she identifies as a white Latina. These Hollywood types are chasing after identity so hard that they are getting themselves all tangled up in knots because they don't know which way the wind is blowing when it comes to the Twitter rage mobs that they fear so much. It would be hilarious if the stupidity wasn't so damaging to our society. Welcome to the Daily Stupid variety. I bet it won't be your last time. Oh boy, the next one. Al Green. Texas Democrat Al Green decided to protest an alleged threat to the U.S. Capitol building. He told The Hill, I want to make the statement. No, those who would threaten those of us who cherish this freedom that we have here, that we refuse to allow threats to negate our freedom. He protested by sitting on the steps of the Capitol as a Twitter user Breaking 911 shows. However, his protest was purely a photo op, as Breaking 911 shows the Capitol building is completely surrounded by razor wire fencing, as well as armed troops at the time Green was protesting. Al Green, you're an idiot. Number 3, Arizona State University Associate Dean. Daily Wire reports that Arizona State University Associate Dean Asahi Inoue, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I don't care at the moment, has written a 358-page book titled The Labor-Based Grading Context, Building Equity and the Inclusion of Compassionate Writing Classroom. Inoue says this book is on one-of-a-kind grading contract, one that calculates final course grades purely by the labor it is complete, not by any judgments of the quality of their writing. He adds, while the qualities of student writing is still at the center of the classroom and feedback, it has no bearing on the course grade. Oh, and here's where it gets even more stupid. The Daily Wire reports that in the book, Inoue declares that grading is racist. He writes that ranking is much part of a much longer racist and white supremacist tradition in Western intellectual history. Ranking has been deeply embedded in racist thinking, discourses, and logic, mainly because it has been deployed as a way to justify a number of racist, empirical, and colonial projects over the last 400 years, he added. The Associate Dean, who edited Writing Assessment, Social Justice, and the Advancement of Opportunity, also writes, grading literacy performances by a single standard for so-called quality is racist and promotes white language supremacy. He explains, because all grading assessment exists within systems that uphold singular dominant standards that are racist and white supremacist when used uniformly. This problem is present in any grading that incorporates a standard, no matter who is judging, no matter the particulars of the standard. If you have been watching or reading our previous Daily Stupid, you know that just because someone is a professor or holds a PhD doesn't mean they're stupid. So, anyway, joins the growing list. Most definitely an idiot. Number 4, Nosy.
What? That nose.
A company called Be Nosy is selling a product called Nosy X that claims to be designed by the former Dyson engineers. National Pulse editor-in-chief Rahim Kassam shared an ad from the company. He wrote, "This is a joke, right? As you can see in the ad, the nose filter does not cover your mouth, and they give you an answer as to why. Because humans spend most of their waking life breathing for their nose." As another slide adds, and Nosy maintains protection where other masks fail. As Kassam notes in his tweets, this is a joke, right? It's a joke all around because apparently these former Dyson engineers forgot about coughing and talking. People without common sense are going to be buying them and using them. Seriously, complain utter morons. Let's see. And 3 more. Who really hold on to your horses or cows for the next one? The Daily Stupid Shining Propaganda ended up bluing on Boston Dr. Seuss and now reach over a myth for Jago Physics mod.
The audio is being weird, my god.
Shit. The Washington Post posts pro-Joe propaganda piece. On March 6th, the United States and it passed President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, which among a series of budget allotments from primary state and local governments would include a provision that would see the issuance of 1,400 stimulus checks to Americans, eligible American citizens. Following the Senate's decision, it was most laughable pieces of propaganda published in recent years. Washington Post announced the relief package passage with the condescending headline, Biden's stimulus showers money Americans sharply covering poverty and defining move presidency. The headline has since been changed to read Biden's stimulus showers money on Americans sharply covering poverty and favoring individuals over businesses, though the Washington Post did not appear in an article to note this edit. First off, it should be noted that these $1,400 stimulus checks are $600 less than the $2,000 that Biden had previously promised. Most notably during a January 5th campaign rally for Democratic candidates John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock in their races for the Georgia Senate, Biden declared that their election will put an end to the block in Washington of that $2,000 stimulus check. That money will go out the door immediately to help the people who are in trouble. Second, Biden's relief plan reduced the number of Americans qualified for stimulus checks by 16 million compared to the previous round eligible under President Trump, a move which even Minnesota Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar has described as a failure. No amount of fluff from the Washington Post can cover up the fact that Biden has not only failed to deliver on his campaign promises, all of which has seen him ever more unlikely to be fulfilled as his presidency continues, but lies straight to the faces of the American people. Honestly, it's sad, if not outright insulting, to see such a blatant attempt of cleanup of politicians' failures just because they're on their side, especially when it's at the expense of millions affected by the pandemic. Number 2, Urban Dictionary bans blue anon. As more and more Democratic voters have taken to espousing gymnastics to justify the recent failures of prominent party figures such as President Biden, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, and California Governor Gavin Newsom, users on social media have leaving adherence to such ways of thinking as blue anon, the Democratic equivalent of QAnon. However, while the pejorative use of QAnon as a descriptor has been freely accepted and promoted towards anyone who doesn't ascribe to the most radical of left-wing beliefs, it seems the internet powers that haven't taken to kind of deep QAnon being used in a similar but converse fashion. As pointed out by Agent Postal creator Jack Posobiec on Twitter, Urban Dictionary, one of the first resources one would likely use to search out the definition of a newly coined internet slang, has removed the site's entry on Blue Anon. The deleted entry reads, a loosely organized network of Democratic voters, politicians, and media personalities who spread left-wing conspiracy theories such as the Russia hoax, Jussie Smollett hoax, Ukraine hoax, coveting kids hoax, and Brett Kavanaugh. Read the now deleted entry. And continued, Blue Anon adherents fervently believe that right-wing extremists are going to storm the Capitol any day now and remove lawmakers from office, hence the need for deployment of thousands of National Guards stationed at the U.S. Capitol. Not only has Urban Dictionary cowardly contributed to the enforcement of the growing double standards by the internet platforms of censorship, 2 pages worth of various QAnon and silver system on the site, but they've all but guaranteed that the term will catch on and spread like fire. The Streisand effect never fails to deliver. Number 3, Vox claims Cat in the Hat sequel is racist based on complete misremembering of book.
Uh-oh.
Given how the allegations of racism against Dr. Seuss have taken headlines by storm this past week, it's no surprise that the performatively progressive Vox News would step forward to add their 2 cents to the conversation. Pointing to the same tired examples of the racist propaganda cartoons drawn by Dr. Seuss during World War II, which he later apologized for, even writing Here's Who as an apology for his views towards the Japanese during the conflict, and how there's very few characters of color in his book, Fox's argument doesn't really say anything new, nor does it really make any sort of point outside of, if you look at this through a racist lens, you'll see racism. However, there's one segment in Fox's article that highlights just how ridiculous this approach towards Dr. Seuss's work, and really any piece of media, truly is. Discussing the origin of the Cat in the Hat, the writer Constance Grady attempts to view the sequel to the character's titular debut, the Cat in the Hat comes back through his lens. To be clear, I'm not arguing that Cat in the Hat is definitely racist, or that someone has to be racist in order to the Cat in the Hat to their kids, wrote Grady. Grady added, I would, though, suggest that this context makes that plot line in the sequel, where the cat smears ink all over the house, and then, hold on, let me try and actually get it. Cat smears ink all over the house, and then the kids yell at him to kill the stains. Kind of uncomfortable, in light of the racial history of the way black people, dirt, and ink are associated in American pop culture. Hold on, let me mute myself. Hold on, let me... there we go. Yet, just hours later, Vox would issue a correction to Grady's piece, amending that the note. An earlier version of his article said that Cat in the Hat smears a house with black ink and the Cat in the Hat comes back. It was actually pink ink. Every time a critical social justice or race activist would tilt at windmills, not only is it interesting to see what observed take they walk away with, but it also seems it almost always seems to result in nothing but embarrassment for the person seeking valor. Number 4, Smash Bro absolutely not mad over digital physics for mod for Pyramithra. Of all the attempts to virtue signal over the physical appearances of video game women, none will ever be bewildering as those done by professional Smash players. On March 5th, Smash modder RealMadMax 1960 revealed to his followers that he created a new mod which would give Pyramithra exaggerated jiggle physics. Surprisingly, the Smash modder soon faced a wave of backlash, particularly from members of the collective Smash community, who found his creation of the mod to be offensive due to what they believed was unnecessarily sexualization of the two characters. Among the chorus of critics was pro Smash player AdHugs86, who responded to the players who suggested that the mod's existence wasn't hurting anyone by filming a 14-minute video trying my best to explain what's stupid about the Pyramithra boob physics mod floating around Twitter. Hug's argument, nothing new, running trend this fine Sunday, as he simply retreads the same unsubstantiated claim that are usually made by such performative defenders of fictional characters, such as all women are made uncomfortable by the existence of jiggle physics, or that human beings are completely unable to separate fiction from reality. Whether this is all projected on Hug's part, or he generally believes he's doing the world a great service, is beside the point, as its arguments hold absolutely no weight. After all, it's hard to retain any claim to a moral high ground when asserting yourself as a representative for a community crawling with predators of real-world children. Ultimately, it seems as if Hug's energy is probably be better served helping to clean up his own backyard than before trying to tell others how to tend to theirs. All right, we got 2 more articles to go. Daily Stupid, Cow Kalinji, WandaVision, and Brian Stelter. Number 1, cow cuddling. And yes, this is the thing. Americans are seeking refuge in the hide of cows. This is not a joke. The Washington Post reports people are seeking out cows to give them hugs. A 45-year-old psychologist named Renee Behinafar from Scottsdale, Arizona, told the paper, "It was really my first real hug of the year."
What?
The Washington Post's Kelly B. Gormley reports, people are signing up to hug cows at sanctuaries across the country, many desperate for affection as the nation approaches the full year of social distancing during the pandemic. One farm, cow cuddling sessions cost $75 an hour, and the owner of Amy's Farm Animal Sanctuary says she's received 20 calls a day and has offered service for 5 years. Amy Takaha says, just like Happy Bells, let's be around. Obviously, animal farms have been around for a while, but paying $75 an hour to cuddle with a cow is absurd. Here's a better idea. Call your family, go visit them, spend time with them, hug and kiss them. Or you could even volunteer to be at an animal shelter where you can cuddle with dogs and cats for free. You don't need to be cuddling cows at $75 an hour. It's idiotic. I'm going to take another break for water. I'll be right back. Number 2.
You're back?
Yeah. Sticking with the Washington Post today, the paper ran an op-ed by Angela R. Riley, Sonia K. Catano, and Rachel Lim titled "The Jeep Cherokee is not a tribute to Indians. Change the name." In the op-ed they write, Native trademarks are particularly fraught because they cannot be disentangled from the harrowing history of treatment and land of the United States. It's a disingenuous argument and part of the constant victim game our society has delved into. It connects the documented evidence that Native American tribes across the present-day U.S. have warred against each other. Nevertheless, these loons even have the children's game Cowboys and Indians writing, over the years, non-Indians have co-opted Indian culture as an American phenomenon. The practice of generations American children playing Cowboys and Indians is one style example. In fact, most of the op-eds isn't even about Jeep or vehicle named Cherokee. It's about all the corporations using Native American imagery in their marketing and how bad that is. It's utterly stupid, and the people who wrote it are complete morons. Number 3, WandaVision is the last Jedi of the MCU. This one isn't just stupid, it's hilariously stupid. Inverse unironically published an article titled, "In the end, WandaVision was the last Jedi of the MCU." And they actually think that's a good thing. In fact, the anonymous writer claims with The Last Jedi, writer-director Rian Johnson did one thing. He questioned everything. WandaVision is doing the same for our expectations of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What's even more stupid than the headline is some of the brain-dead writing in the actual article. At one point, claims, but WandaVision never promoted surprises. And these choice. What WandaVision promoted since the beginning was an exploration of nostalgia as a coping mechanism for pain, grief, and loss. It was not a teaser for a new X-Men movie. Even if it was designed to set up Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness. However, just 2 paragraphs later they write, did Marvel court the theories? Sure. Look no further than the way they announced WandaVision at Comic-Con in 2019 in the same breath as Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness, with Olsen and Benedict Cumberbatch on this etched together on stage. It's an extravagant reveal designed to generate excitement. How dumb do you have to be to be literally writing how dumb do you have to be to literally write that 2 paragraphs apart? Seriously, this is the Ta-Nehisi Coates level of writing. It's horrendous. But the last sentence of the article takes the cake. It reads, The Last Jedi did not give its audience the bowl of frosting they thought they wanted. It did something that WandaVision went on to emulate years later. It gave us something we didn't know we needed, something we still need. We will always need. A story about hope against overwhelming odds. WandaVision did not do that. A New Hope did. Return of the Jedi did. Pull your head out of your butts, Inverse, and their anonymous writer. You are complete and utter morons. And Brian Summer, oh Jesus. CNN's reliable source host based himself on live TV when he decided to film himself not wearing pants and then air it as part of a segment on his show.
What?
He pointed to ABC News correspondent Will Reeve not wearing any pants on Good Morning America last April before showing a video of him not wearing any pants for a segment of CNN. Stelter explained, "This was me live on CNN. Just 2 minutes notice, talking with Wolf Blitzer about Trump's Twitter account being banned. It doesn't take 2 minutes to put on pants. Brian Stelter, you're an absolute idiot." And the last one in this. Okay. Welcome to the Daily Soup. Let's see. Pastor Brandon Robertson of Mission Gathering Christian Church in San Diego, California, posted to TikTok saying that Jesus is racist in a wildly wrong and heretical interpretation of the Gospel of Mark. The Gospel states, soon a woman whose daughter had an unclean spirit heard about him. She came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by birth, and she begged him to drive the demon out of her daughter. He said to her, let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs. The passage concludes. She replied to him and said to him, Lord, even the dogs under the table eat the children's scraps. And he said to her, for saying this, you may go. The demon has gone out of your daughter. When the woman went home, she found the child lying in bed and the demon gone. And it's this passage that Robertson claims Jesus is racist. He says he calls her a dog. What's amazing about this account is that the woman doesn't back down. He speaks truth in power. She confronts Jesus and says, Well, you can think that about me, but even dogs deserve a crumb from the table. Her boldness and bravery to speak truth to power actually changes Jesus' mind. He continues, Jesus repents of his racism and extends healing to this woman's daughter. I love the story because it's a reminder that Jesus is human. He had prejudice and bias, and when confronted, he was dealing to do his work. However, as St. John Chrysostom explains, not an insult then were his words spoken, but calling her forward. He revealed the treasure laid up in her. He continued, do you not see the woman's wisdom? How she did not venture so much as to went against it, nor was stung by other men's praises, nor was indignant at the reproach. Do you see her constancy? He used the name of her dog, but she added the dog's act. Do you see this woman's humility? St. John Chrysostom added, yea, therefore did he pull it up. Did he put her off, that he might proclaim aloud this saying, that he might crown the woman. Be it unto you even as you will. Now what he says is like this. Your faith indeed is able to effect even greater things than ever. Even greater things than these. Nevertheless, be it unto you as you will. St. Augustine also stated, this woman of Canaan, who was just now been brought before us in the lesson of the gospel, shows us an example of humility, and the way of godliness, shows how to rise from humility unto exaltation. Continued, now she was, as it appears, not of the people of Israel, of whom came the patriarchs and prophets, and the parents of the Lord Jesus Christ according to the flesh, of whom the Virgin Mary herself was, the mother of Jesus Christ. This woman was not of these people, but of the Gentiles. So then, as being eager to obtain mercy, she cried out and boldly knocked, and he made as though he heard her not to the end that mercy might be refused to her, but that her desire might be enkindled, and not only that desire might be enkindled, but that, as I have said before, her humility might be set forth, St. Augustine stated. He concluded, therefore did she cry while the Lord was as though he heard her not, but was ordering in silence what he was about to do. Let us then learn, or let us hold fast to humility. If we have it not yet, let us learn it. If we have it, let us not lose it. If we have it not yet, let us have it, that we may be grafted in. If we have it already, let us hold it fast, that we may be not cut off. Brandon Robinson, you make people dumber listening to you. Number 2, Pokimane. Twitch streamer Pokimane recently announced she's single. She posted on Twitter, single by the way. And then in a follow-up tweet, she wrote, not looking, just tired of seeing the same question assumption over and over, lol. Okay, hold on. One is to wonder why she would post that to her Twitter followers if she wasn't looking for, at least for attention. But while Pokimane tweets are most definitely stupid, the replies are even dumber. One user wrote, Pokey, as frowny face emoji, you're such a strong lady. Every woman should look up to you, and don't you ever listen to those haters. You're like the female version of Tupac, an idol heart symbol. And if you are ever sad again, I just put my direct messages on open. So technically you could always send one. Another user wrote, hello Pokemon, I'm here and also single, and my DMs are open. Message me. Fools, idiots, and imbeciles. Number 3, Minnesota middle school teacher. Minnesota middle school teacher Odellis Anderson, a choir teacher at Sunrise Park Middle School in White Bear Lake, Minnesota, separated her students into privileged and targeted groups to teach them about oppression. Anderson, the school's choir teacher, penned an introductory note to the lesson, which was obtained by The Blaze. It reads, last week we talked about how hard it is to talk about race. The level of difficulty is different for different people. For people who are privileged, it's much easier to talk about race and other issues. For people who are not privileged, it's much harder. Today we will look at different types of oppression and whether each of us is in the privileged group or the targeted group. According to The Blaze, the students were given a chart detailing types of oppression, privileged groups, and targeted groups. Privileged groups included white, male, Christians, Protestants, heterosexuals, and U.S. born. Targeted groups includes people of color, Black, Asian, Native, and Latino. I'm not going to say that fucking term. God damn me. Female, Muslim, and other Muslims and others, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and immigrants documents are undocumented. According to the school's director of communications, Marisa Vett, the lesson plan is part of a series of social emotional lessons. Vett also explained the purpose of the lesson was to help students understand that everyone is different and everyone experiences the world differently. She stated, "We wanted our students to listen to each other's perspectives and put themselves in others' shoes. Welcome to Clown World. It's live in Minnesota, completely and utterly moronic." And I think this is the last one. California high school suspends baseball team. ABC7 reported that John Burroughs High School in Burbank, California has suspended their varsity baseball team because they took a picture without wearing masks. The team was suspended after pictures emerged on social media show the team seniors violating coronavirus protocols, reports ABC7. The team was suspended from organized practice or conditioning drills for a week, and all 8 seniors for 2 weeks. According to Rory Freck, one of his seniors on the team, the board and district actually tried to cancel the team's entire season. He stated, "The district and board members decided, or they tried to cancel the whole varsity season as a result of our pictures. He added, but our athletic director and coach fought for us, and they compromised on a 2-week suspension instead." Superintendent issued the following statement: "I have decided to delay the return of the athletic conditioning for the JBHS high baseball team by 1 week so that the team can review how these guidelines and safety protocols. I look forward to our team beginning conditioning on Monday safely." What makes this situation even dumber than it is on its face is that the photograph shoot was organized by the moms as part of a 2-decade tradition for seniors. Freck's mom, Jody Freck, said, "I'm very disappointed that our kids are being punished for something that the moms arranged. And I understand that there are COVID protocols, but the boys were just trying to make us happy. You can see the photo below. Here's Twitter by Not the Bee, who writes, so stupid. Indeed, it is stupid. It's monumentally stupid." Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see. 15 AI is still not back up. Hold on.
Yep.
I'm gonna
I checked earlier.
say something on my soundboard.
Oh boy, we're almost going on like 2 hours.
What?
2 hours.
Hold on.
Hours here. I gotta get my Spanish homework done here.
Holy hell. This is the longest video I've ever had to record.
Not mine.
Fun fact, I actually made a video that was supposed to be like an intro to this video. I called it the Stupid Zone intro. It's like a parody of the Twilight Zone intro.
Okay. What happened to it?
Well, it's on there right now, but hold on. I actually used a voice changer, and it's kind of has an echo. The Idiotic Zone intro. This was the video I was looking for, the one I created.
I can't hear it.
The next stop, the Idiotic. Names Alexander, Anagras, and Admiral Producer. Ages 30-something and 60. Well, 60. The next stop, occupation, Office/Internet Reviewer, and Internet Reviewer/Demon King Host. Next, the name of this video, The Daily Stupid Part 2, Idiotic Boogaloo.
Yeah. Oh boy. Huh. So, what did you think?
Very interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna mute myself. Hold on, I'll be right back.
I have to go.
Okay then. Bye.
Bye.